Hello everyone. I'm Asha Best. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are keeping yourself safe and hygienic. Today I welcome you all in class 8th, third chapter of civics. Why do we need a parliament? Dear students, I hope you are liking my videos as well as you are getting information out of these videos. So in this chapter, dear children, we'll understand what is the parliamentary form of government, why it is important to participate in this form of government, as well as we'll understand why the people decide their representatives. In the parliamentary form of government, we'll understand its roles as well as functions. So let's begin. Dear children, as we all know that India got independence on 15th of August 1947. And after that, the big question came into the mind of the leaders that how a huge country will function, how a huge country will keep each and every individual's interest in their mind and will function in a way that everyone participates in the proper functioning of the government as well as participates in the decision making of the government. As we all know that India is a democratic country. Here the people, all the adults, those who are 18 or above, they participate in the functioning of government or elect their own representatives. The first thing which comes to our mind that why should people decide? Why should people decide a government? Why it is important that all the members, all the citizens of a country should decide that whom they are going to elect as their representative so that their interests can be properly fulfilled. Under the colonial rule, the people did not criticize the British government, but the freedom movement changed this situation. The constitution in independent India laid down the principle of universal adult franchise, that all adult citizens of the country have right to vote. As we all know that we got independence in 15th of August 1947, and we got the independence after a long struggle. People from different background, different religion, different caste and different regions, they came together and fought for the independence. The idea of freedom, equality and participation in decision making, that is a special feature of the democratic form of government. As we all know that under the colonial rule, the British government, they were criticized by each and every people for their decision. And when people started the freedom movement, everything, the situation totally changed. Now after, as far as if we talk about 1857, the Indian National Congress demanded that time that there should be legislature members which are elected, and these members can participate in the discussion of budget as well as they can ask the questions to the government. Now Government of India Act 1909, they allowed for some elected representatives, the representatives who are going to elected by the common people. While these early legislature under the British government were in response to the growing demands of the nationalists, they did not allow for all adults to vote, nor could people participate in decision making. Now, under their policy, under the Britishers' policy, they did not allow each and every member of the country to participate in electing the representatives. So, that time the Indian people were not given that many rights to elect or to participate in the functioning of the government. With the coming of independence, we were going to be citizen of a free country. Of that time, people had a thought that once we get freedom, we'll be the citizen of a free country. And for that, people started putting forward their needs and demands. The dreams and aspirations of the freedom struggle were made concrete in the Constitution of Independent India, and through the Constitution, which has been brought to India by a committee, that is the Constituent Assembly, who wrote down a document which was known as the Constitution of India, in which they wrote certain rules and regulations which were especially, they were the guidelines to make the country functional, according to which what they said, that there should be universal adult franchise. That means that each and every individual of the country, the citizen of the country who is 18 years of age or above, can vote and select their own representatives. Moving forward, here the picture you can see, this picture is showing adult universal franchise, where you can see these ladies are having voter ID in their hands. That is an ID which they use to vote. Now, people and their representatives. Here in this slide, we'll talk about people and their representatives. What democracy is? The idea of consent, the desire, approval of participation of people. In democratic system of government, the people are approved to participate in electing their government, their leaders, their representatives, as well as participate in the functioning of the government. The basic idea in democracy is that the individual or the citizen is the most important person, means the actual power lies in the hands of the common people, as they are electing the representatives, their representatives, who are going to work for the betterment of the people of that constituency. And that in principle, the government as well as other public institutions need to have the trust of the citizens. Means the people, those who are going to be selected, they should have a kind of trust among us, the people, those who are going to vote for them. Here we can see that the basic idea in this kind of democracy is that the individuals who are going to vote, they are the most important part of the democratic system of government, and the representatives should try to build their trust on them. Then only they are going to select them. How does the individual give approval to the government? This is a big question which arises. One way of doing so, as you read, is through elections. We know about elections, that in India the elections, they takes place after every 5 years. There, if during the whole 5-year period, if the government, if the representatives are working for the benefit of common people, then only they will be given another chance to form a government. If they are not doing so during the 5 years period of time, if they are not working as per the interest of the common people, then they will be replaced by some other representatives. People and their representatives, we are continuously discussing. In this sense, what we can say, that in this sense, people, though their chosen representatives form the government, but the actual control, it still is in the hands of the common people, as they can replace them. That I have already said. The parliament, which is made of all representatives together, controls and guides the government. These all representatives, those who are elected by the common people, they control as well as guide the government, so that the government can work for the interest or as per the demands of the common people. Now, the role of the parliament. What is the role of the parliament? The Indian parliament is an expression of faith the people of India have in the principle of democracy. As we all know that the Indian parliament is an expression of faith that people have in democracy. These participation by people in the decision making process and government by consent. Here the parliament is an expression of faith. It means that people have total trust on the parliament, that the parliament will be functional for the interest of the common people. In democracy, the actual power, as we said, that lies in the hands of common people. And if the common people are having faith on the parliament, then only they are going to participate in the functioning of the government. As most of the time what we see, that people are not very interested in voting, in spite of and sometimes what they think, that that is just a wastage of time to vote. They don't understand about the power of voting, power of their decision. So for that, the parliament, first of all, what they should do, they should try to build up a trust sense among us, the people. The parliament in our system has the immense power because it is the representative of the people. As we said, that actual power lies in the hands of common people. As the common people select their representatives, so it is a powerful, you can say, institution where each and every decision is taken for the benefit of common people. The Lok Sabha is, if we talk about our country, our parliamentary form of government, elections to the parliament are held in a similar manner as they are for the state legislature. The parliament in our system has immense power. The Lok Sabha is usually elected once every 5 years, as we discussed it earlier also. The country is divided into numerous constituencies. Like our country, we all are aware that there are different states in our country. These states, within these states, they are divided into different constituencies, like the district and all. The country, while it is divided into different constituencies, each of these constituencies elect one person to the parliament. And who elects the one person to the parliament? The common people. The candidates who contest elections usually belong to different political parties. Not only one single party member fight the election, but members from different parties, they fight for winning in the elections. Like you can say, you can take an example of Bharatiya Janata Party, Congress, and some other parties, those who participate in common election. With the help of the information regarding the parliament or the elections in our country, which takes place after every 5 years, you can have an idea that how the different party members, they fight elections, how they try to build up the trust among us people, how they try to convince the people so that they can get maximum vote from these common citizens of the country. Continuing with the role of the parliament, the Lok Sabha is elected once every 5 years. The country is divided into a number of these constituencies, like I discussed, that country is divided into state, then later on in districts. Each of these constituencies elect one person to the parliament. Once elected, the candidates become the member of parliament. He is also known as the MP. These MPs together make up the parliament. Here one spelling mistake is there, you can correct it. That is not MAPS, it is MPS. MPs together make up the parliament. So this is all about the chapter, the first part of the chapter. We'll soon meet with the second part. Till then, take care and have a good day.